driver? Once we are done here, the back controller said we could pour a special train up the coast. James grumbled, but continued his work. James hates whenever it rains. Everything becomes wet and muddy, not to mention filthy. The trucks could see James was getting visibly irritated, so they decided to tease him. What's wrong with that face of yours, James? It looks like it's about to pop. Yeah. You're just like a red pimple, just aching to be popped. James just ignored them and continued with his work. He bumped the trucks into the coal hopper. Come on, he puffed angrily. Watch out, said a truck. The red pimple's about to pop. James hissed steam angrily. He was so cross, he didn't care what he did. So he reversed back to bit the truck, but the truck pulled a lever. And the lever started the coal hopper. Oh no, cried James. Coal poured down. It covered the track while sending dusty black smoke everywhere. James was covered from cap to footplate in dusty black coal. Oh dear, he moaned. What will the back controller say? He soon found out. You should do a better job at controlling your temper, James. Otherwise, I will get another engine. And he trailed off, leaving James to wonder. What could he mean by that? He asked Thomas nervously. I don't know, puffed Thomas, but it can't be anything good. And it wasn't. A huge engine was spinning down the line. Gordon was resting on a siding when he saw a huge diesel heading straight towards him. Come on! No one had ever seen an engine go so fast. Everyone was amazed. Even the back controller was impressed as the diesel glided into the station. Splendid time, said the fat controller. I expect you to run the main line smoothly and reliably. Of course, purred the diesel. This railway will soon become more reliable than ever before. Now with Super ED here. The engines were discussing about ED. He's big, said Henry. And rude, said Percy. The fat controller tasked him to pull the express. He bragged about it this morning. My speeding record is at risk, and it's all because of James. When James returned to the yards, all of the other engines were complaining to him about ED, and they all blamed him. James knew this was his fault. It was a rainy evening as James backed down onto his train. ED was there. James tried to ignore him, but ED wanted to talk. What's the matter, James? Afraid of a little rain? Can't say I blame you. You claptraps prefer to run away and hide when it gets a little rainy. James just ignored him. Well, you can stay there all you want. I, Super ED, am far more reliable than you will ever be. James was crosser than ever and was just about to reply to ED when ED's signal dropped. Goodbye, he said. Remember not to cower away at the station all day. It's only rain after all. But before he could leave, it happened. Sparks flew from ED's engine. And then black smoke poured into the station. No one had ever seen that much smoke before. The fat controller stepped out. He shouted angrily at James. Get rid of that diesel, he yelled. I'll send my reports to be taken back to the other railway at once. James was delighted. He puffed quickly to take E.D. away. Later that evening, James told all the other engines about E.D.'s electrifying performance. Maybe the raid can be useful for us steam engines for two things, they chuffed. It can wet temperamental engines, or get rid of smelly old diesels.